I want to know, when was the exact last time you made a decision without checking a screen first? Think about picking a restaurant, navigating a new route, or formulating a simple text reply. It creeps deeper than that. Sometimes even your own personal opinions feel subtly pre-vetted by the time you speak them out loud. This is Cognitive Cage, a series where we decode how artificial intelligence is quietly rewiring human psychology and behavior. We are voluntarily outsourcing the core of our decision-making to any system that promises to make our lives feel frictionless. Your brain functioned like a compass, slow, prone to interference, requiring constant checking, but it eventually locked onto a direction that was entirely yours. Look at this early handheld GPS unit. We traded that internal compass for plotted trajectories and blinking waypoints. You input a destination and you stop navigating. You enter a passive state, simply executing the instructions the machine generates. There is an obvious, immediate benefit here. You reach your destination much faster, but the friction required to get lost, correct a mistake, and stumble across something completely unexpected vanishes along the way. By eliminating the friction of the journey, we trade away the spatial awareness and organic discovery that used to happen in between. This early internet directory required you to know what you were looking for and type it from scratch. These systems were reactive. They waited for a human spark, offering maybe a tiny nudge like a basic category suggestion. Then the architecture shifted. Software stopped waiting for your prompt and started predicting it before you finished typing. Now, algorithms calculate your media, which products belong in your cart, and what represents social consensus, all before you even ask. As these predictions approach perfect accuracy, our skepticism evaporates. We stop verifying the results and begin accepting algorithmic efficiency as objective truth. If you spend your day blindly approving highly accurate suggestions, are you still the one making the decisions? There is a massive cognitive gap between exploring unknown options and passively picking from a pre-curated list. The algorithm frames the world for you. It illuminates 3 specific paths and quietly obscures millions of alternatives in the dark. Our brains conserve energy by selecting only from the choices placed directly in front of our eyes. We live surrounded by infinite data, yet our actual field of choice is artificially restricted to what the machine deems relevant. The freedom of choice has become an illusion. The human faculty for making choices acts much like a physical muscle. It requires the constant resistance of difficult options to maintain its strength. When an algorithm smooths out every choice for you, that resistance disappears. Over time, the effort of weighing options on your own starts to feel increasingly heavy and unnatural. You haven't lost the capacity to think for yourself. You are simply out of practice. Prolonged reliance on these systems makes it harder to initiate a purely independent thought when a machine isn't there to provide the first step. This shift happens entirely out of sight because the daily lived experience feels incredibly smooth and remarkably fast. The real consequence is the sudden, heavy paralysis that sets in when the guiding system is gone, leaving you to navigate a world you've stopped trying to understand. Think back to the last major choice you made. How much of it was self-generated and how much was prompted by a system? The cognitive cage is built entirely out of our own desire for convenience. The door is wide open, but we choose to stay inside.